We're doing a cheesecake makeover today. Who would think it's possible? I don't know, not many people. Well, Lucy Kelly, food editor of Weight Watchers, she knows how to do that, and you're going to show us right now how we're going to do this.
Well, first of all, we're going to use some Weight Watchers chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
And we're going to grind them up.
So less sugar, less butter equals a safer way of making cheesecake, I guess.
It's a lower fat version.
Lower fat version.
So that's nice and smooth.
So we're making, this is the base to the cheesecake.
This is the base. And so we're using some reduced fat canola spread.
Okay. So instead of butter.
Slightly healthier than your butter.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that's
all it
really
is
easy
for the base of the cake.
So what I've got here is a springform pan that I've just lightly sprayed with oil and lined it with some baking paper. It's about 18, 19 centimetres.
That's going to make it so much easier to get the cake out afterwards, isn't it? So you have to do that.
And then this is the base.
Okay.
So if you just press that in.
Yep. And it smells exactly like any other cookie you would do when making a cheesecake.
Yeah.
So far, I'm pretty impressed.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
So to make the filling,
Yep.
I've got a reduced fat cream cheese, a really light one. Why would you use the full fat version when you've got this available now, which is really good?
Yeah.
And so in there we put some caster sugar.
And like you say with your recipes, you're never sacrificing flavour. The flavour is still there. You're just making some alternatives.
So in goes, this is a chocolate cheesecake, so it's got some sifted cocoa powder.
Okay.
So on goes the lid. We want to make that nice and smooth. And then next we put in some reduced fat sour cream.
I was going to say that's a lot of sour cream, but it's reduced fat, so...
And then a couple of eggs.
Easy.
So that's beautifully smooth now.
Can I have a little taste?
Oh, you can.
I'll put my finger just there. It's nice. It's very, very nice.
Beautiful.
So that's nice and glossy. No lumps. So how long are we going to cook that in the oven for?
That's going to be cooked for about 40 to 50 minutes at about 140.
140?
So it's a slow oven. It's got a baking dish of boiling water sitting in the bottom of the oven.
All right.
And that just helps slow down the cooking of the cheesecake and it stops the cheesecake cracking. Because the idea is to cook cheesecakes really slowly.
Yeah.
So that can go into the oven.
Okay.
Now we're going to make white chocolate curls.
Okay.
So I've got some little white chocolate buttons here and I'm going to put them in the microwave to melt them. So they only take 1 minute or less to melt.
I melt my chocolate in the microwave sometimes. It's just easier. It's one less pot when you're putting it on a bain-marie. So it's 900 watts for about a minute, depending on what chocolate you use. Milk, dark and whites. It varies by 10 seconds.
And it depends on the size of the white chocolate buttons as well.
Yeah.
If they're big buttons, then they're going to take a little bit longer. But the little ones will melt faster. There it is. Now, when the chocolate comes out of the microwave, it looks like it hasn't melted.
Okay.
But if you give it a stir...
Yeah. Oh, it starts to melt.
You just stir it until the melted chocolate is going to melt the rest of the little buttons. But if you overcook it, it's going to go grainy. So what I'm going to do is put the white chocolate that's melted onto the tray.
Tray for
Thanks,
you.
Jazzy.
So that's nice and cool.
So then you just... Oh, that's nice and smooth.
Oh, look at that. So luscious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Melted chocolate. Oh. It looks so good.
There you go. While that's cooling, we're going to plate up our cheesecake.
Okay.
So we're going to use this nice plate.
Okay.
And I've got a cheesecake that I made yesterday because it has to cool in the oven, in the fridge overnight. So
That's good for me because that means you made 2.
Yes, we have 2 cheesecakes.
Double the amount of cheesecake. So I can move this over here for now. Come on.
So when it comes out of the oven, it still has a wobble on it.
Okay.
That just cools in the oven for an hour. Then you cool it on a wire rack,
Yep.
and then you pop it in the fridge overnight.
And look at this. I mean, you can see what you did here by putting that water bath underneath it when it's cooked. There's no cracks at all.
No.
So that's a really good tip.
It's beautiful and smooth.
So
So you just release the side.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
And then take a cake knife, and you've got your paper underneath, and then
Whoops. Straight onto the plate.
straight onto your plate.
Perfect.
There you go.
Fantastic.
So we're going to make our chocolate curls now.
So it's nice and firm.
I might get you to hold
I'll hold
the
that for
tin.
you.
You can do this straight onto your bench if you want.
Yep. So just nice
And
cold.
just take a big knife. You can use a ice cream scoop or a spoon, and you just pull it towards you
Oh, look at that.
and make nice little curls.
Yeah, almost looks like snow, doesn't it?
Cheesecake's one of those things that you just sometimes, if you've got to have a piece of cheesecake, you've got to have a piece of cheesecake.
Yeah.
And you can have cheesecake when you're out at your favourite cafe or whatever, but if you want to have a lower fat version at home or when you're entertaining, this is a perfect recipe for entertaining.
Yeah.
I think that's probably about enough.
Plenty.
And then we're going to just put these. Oh, it's like snow.
It's lovely.
So this is cheesecake without the
Lovely.
guilt when you just have to have a piece of cheesecake.
Yeah, I mean, it's not saying deprive yourself. You don't have to deprive yourself. You can have your cheesecake at the cafe, but if you like it, if it's your craving, I guess, why don't you make this one a little bit guilt-free?
That's right.
Yummy, yummy. I can't wait to try this one. Thanks, Lucy.